One shot, one kill.
Fire when ready.
We're basically pinned down, and we're surrounded by snipers.
Okay, let's just fucking bang into it then. So, hi everyone, X-tinction Agenda, special edition. We'd like to do lots of special editions. I think every episode of the X-tinction Agenda is a special edition, I like to think. This one has Adam. Adam can say hi.
Hello.
Great. And then the other guy, James.
Yeah. This movie.
Well,
I got a pretty cool thing to show you guys too.
We watched Sniper 8. We've just been informed that it's movie number 8 in the franchise. 2020, brand new, hot off the press. Sniper's End.
Assassin's End.
Assassin's End. I'm so sorry. Well, hopefully,
Right,
I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe it's Sniper's End.
Nah, man, they set this thing up. There's going to be 9 and 10.
Yeah. All right. So all of us had not seen this movie, but had real low expectations. How did Adam? How did you feel about? Give us your basic thoughts.
All right, so I had to rent it, which first of all I was like really not
Not
impressed
happy
with.
about.
Yeah.
Okay.
$7. And, I looked at the cover before I rented it and thought about it, and the cover looks terrible. Like like I don't want to, don't judge a book by its cover. The cover is awful.
Right.
It looks like a really shitty video game. It just looked really, really bad. And so when I paid $7 for it, the first thing I thought was,
That's
it's
a
just
hot
gonna be
rental
worth it.
price too.
Yeah.
Well, it's brand new.
Oh.
I mean, still, it's.
Oh no, yeah. No, like what you're saying about the cover is true. But you also can tell a movie by its cover a lot of the time. Like if you see a low rent cover, you're probably in for some chop. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. No, so this was an hour and a half well spent. I mean, low expectations going into it, but generally speaking, I have no complaints. I was entertained. It was not cheesy the way I thought it was going to be. I was really entertained with how it all went and how there's a sort of 3 moving parts to it. And I really much enjoyed it. I have no complaints about this at all. Somerville, when you were saying that it was good, I was really skeptical. Really, really skeptical. And
I don't know, guys. Like, I'm going to be the first to say I expected a lot worse. I knew the protagonist was kind of that like low rent Tom Berenger's son guy.
Chad Michael Collins.
Yes, yeah. And then, but my favorite guy in the whole show was his name's Ryan Robbins, Agent Zero.
Yeah.
I figured you'd like him. Yeah.
Zero was sweet. He first of all, how did he have no other team with him? He was from Homeland Security and he was completely solo, and he solved the mystery before everybody else.
And just flies into Canada and like exerts his authority too. He's just sort of like, I'm in Vancouver now. That was kind of weird, but yeah.
I love that he just like pulled guns on people. Like if you push him the wrong way, he just pulls a Glock on you. That doctor in the hospital.
Yeah.
And he starts shoving the gun in that guy's shoulder and like doc. And it's like it's like this American national security fantasy about American power and and also it's Jack Bauer from 24. He's going to do what you need to do to get it done.
He's keeping things safe, bro.
Yeah, that personality would be so shitty if the character wasn't so charming. Ryan Robbins, he's very charming throughout this, and he never comes off like an asshole. He comes off like a cool operator, and you kind of have to like remind yourself of the kind of travesty that he's engaged in.
Well, he's just he's always dialed in, but he he has like a lot of different gears, you know.
Mhm.
When he's like interrogating, sweet talking, schmoozing across the border, shoving a gun in your bullet wound.
Yeah, that scene was like really kind of disturbing. So when I watched this last night, I kind of had to take a step back and realize I was enjoying like a lot of pizza while I was watching that scene, and I just kept eating the pizza, and it was like, this is really gross. But
Yeah, that guy was screaming.
yeah, he really was, and it was like pretty grotesque at times too. Like he was really shoving that gun into that wound. Like you actually see it pressing in.
Mhm.
Oh.
It was pretty disgusting. It was well done. It was a good scene.
So yeah, and it's a movie full it just manages to hit all the right. Like it doesn't. It's obviously doesn't quite feel like a sniper movie, although a sniper movie manages to find its way into this movie.
Yeah.
At the end, but otherwise, it it's definitely a lot of other different types of movies, and they've kind of like created a Frankenstein monster. But I don't know. The director, I guess it's Carey Andrews. He comes out of comics and stuff, and he did some horror movies, or a horror movie prior to this, and some TV directing. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty good. I liked a lot of those tight shots, and then I don't know. He would do a lot of things where he would squeeze the screen, and create those black bars up top and down below, or just introduce like weird splashes of color, and kind of like.
Oh, that's
music
what makes you
shit.
feel like you're in a sniper movie when you're like hunkered down behind a car seat, like heavy breathing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, so I didn't know that was his background. So that's interesting, because I thought one of the coolest scenes in the movie was there's that sort of standoff when the three of them are sort of in around Berenger's sort of cabin in the woods, and it sort of does that like that splits into three, like vertically. I thought it was kind of interesting. Like I'd never seen that before in a movie, and it was really kind of cool. And it was just like the three of them staring at each other and trying to figure it all out. Yeah, that was a really good scene.
Yeah, when they flush her out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like. Oh, go on,
Sayaka Akimoto.
Right.
Who is an odd choice for the movie, since she recently starred, not even recently, actually in 2012, starred in the Ultraman saga, and was also a High Kick Girl in 2009. Very strange sort of Japanese anime martial arts actress to pull out of obscurity to be like, hey, want to suit up and be a sniper in our movie?
Yeah, the movie is like it. I created a little Venn diagram about this movie. It was like it's Homeland Defense fantasies intersecting with video games, because this feels like a movie that's just like it's like everything's normal, and then suddenly it transforms like through CGI into a video game scene. And then your typical sort of conspiratorial fantasies about pharmaceutical companies, and that's.
Oh, those are true.
I don't know. But anyway, she fits perfectly into that, I guess, is what I was thinking. Like as a villain, like it's just like this. Suddenly, Tom Berenger and Son have to deal with like the invasion of reality by like sort of video game logic. That's obviously not spelled out, but that's kind of what happens.
She's not really they twisted you too. She's not really the bad guy. And I think from the get-go you realized that you're not really chasing her.
Yeah, you never have that like angst against that bad guy, like the normal like action movie like hatred for this bad guy who's really just terribly bad. Like the bad guy is clearly that like 8-foot tall mutant.
Right.
And she's just sort of like a pawn in the game, but you almost have sympathy for her at some points too. Like she seems very vulnerable at the same time when she gets caught. Yeah, no, I thought her character was really well done. Like I liked her throughout the whole thing, and yeah.
Here you guys want to hear this write up on Michael Johnson, the guy that was
the 8-foot guy,
the bad guy? Yeah,
sure.
He's born and raised in Vancouver, BC. He's an actor. He's known for The 13th Warrior, which I'm going to have to go back and find him in. Big fan of that movie. He completed an Ironman, plays multiple instruments, trains in multiple martial arts, builds software applications for actors.
Jesus.
It's really weird.
That was unexpected.
Yeah. He's a good he's a good, smart bad guy, though. And I guess maybe that everything you just described maybe feeds into that. Because he's obviously the brawn, like the insane brawn of this story. But I don't know, he doesn't come off as a stupid, because not to stereotype, some large men aren't so smart. Yeah.
No, but you didn't get the feeling he was a grunt at the beginning either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was kind of a cool twist to see him start laying a beat down on Zero.
Beat the shit out of him too. He was gonna kill him.
He's gonna drown him in the old bird pond.
Yeah. A lot of these guys know each other from Vancouver. The movie was directed in Vancouver, so you were right, it's Canadian.
Oh yeah, this really felt like a Canadian classic too. I'll tell you that.
And 18-day filming schedule. Yeah. And a lot of everyone's from television. The Ryan Robinson guy, he's Battlestar Galactica, Stargate. Two of these guys are from Riverdale. Really? Lachlan Monroe, agent, the CIA chief guy. He's from Riverdale. He plays Betty's Hannibal Lecter-esque father. I watched too much Riverdale. It's my fault.
Yeah. Outing yourself as a bit of a closet Riverdale fan here. That's fine.
Well, I was loud and proud until season 3 just started to suck so fucking bad. After they started doing some weird D&D stuff, after, trying to get some of that Stranger Things energy. Ugh. Anyway, really like Riverdale.
Until season 3, apparently.
Let that hang in the air. That's fun. All right.
That kung fu fight was good. Chad Michael Collins was he was an okay sniper, but you know what else was weird was that sort of swerve near the end where they introduced Tom Berenger, but they introduced him as if he was just this old favorite that you immediately had to know who he was. And then I started thinking to myself, does this franchise have some kind of fucking weird fan base that I'm completely unaware of?
There's 8 of them. There has to be. I think in our heart of hearts, we've all remained Sniper fans.
I guess it's the similar to bringing back Jean-Claude Van Damme in whatever Ultimate Soldier number 6 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
If you're watching Ultimate Soldier number 6, then clearly you're going to be excited about seeing Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, you don't watch Major League 10 and not expect Tom Berenger to show up.
Wow, I forgot about him being in Major League.
Yeah. Nice touch, yeah.
Yeah, fucking great movie. Holy jumping. Yeah.
I thought this movie stood up as a standalone as well, though. I've only seen the first Sniper, and that was 25 years ago, 30 years ago, maybe around when it came out.
1993.
93, yeah, exactly. I don't remember much about that movie at all, except the finger being cut off in the forest and the pouring rain. That's it. And I didn't feel like I missed a beat. They kind of explained it really quickly and really well. It was just sort of in case you haven't seen any other of these 7 movies, here's what's going on really quickly and all you need to know to enjoy this movie. And I thought that was really kind of cool.
Well, if you guys want to know something awesome, this is Chad Michael Collins' 4th installment.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently Billy Zane has also made multiple comebacks to the to the franchise. In 2016.
Everyone's got to get that payday.
Tom Berenger's been back in 2014. I
started watching Sniper 7 at the mother-in-law's house, and it kind of sucked. After having watched this, it was so it just felt like a rehash of what you'd see before. You know, like they would start off in a foreign land. You know, there's some sort of military complication. Oh, we need a sniper for this event, or there's a history within Chad Michael Smith or Michael Collins' past or something like that, and he, you know, when he has to deal with it in the present. Yeah, what I'm saying is true. Like this is a breath of fresh air. Like this movie is like not a great movie. Like I think the people listening to this are going to think like, holy shit, this must be the most amazing movie ever. This is a really competent and entertaining action movie.
TV action movie.
TV action movie, yeah.
But that's
I
all
think
it
it's
is.
no.
That was
Oh,
great. Like that, I think that was.
yeah.
That's exactly why I was impressed with it, because I was just like,
Yeah.
this movie, it wasn't exactly what you were describing for whatever the 7th movie was, which is what I was expecting. It's like, let's just rehash it. We're in some like nameless foreign country, which I kind of thought was how this movie was kicking off. And they're like, we're in Costa Verde in Central America, like just some false country. And I was like, okay, here we go again. It wasn't that. I think it was a good breath of fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was not what I was expecting. It was just a good action movie, and it was something that you could watch without having seen any of the previous movies, and it was entertaining, and the fight scenes were good. Yeah.
And the director. So what we're saying is still all true, but the director made a point of putting in all these like Easter eggs, or special little things. When they show Tom Berenger's missing finger, normally in the past they'd CGI it, or they'd use a weird angle or some shit like that. In this, they used a hand double, and it turned out to be the guy's driver who happened to be missing that finger. So he gave it that for whatever reason. He was like, we need that. And then the rifle,
Nice touch.
the two rifles they use in that final battle against Lady Death, they are the same rifles from Sniper and Sniper 1 or Sniper 2. So there's all sorts of little shit like that. I was reading an interview with the director, and he was kind of pointing out some of the things.
That's interesting you say it, because I actually noticed that they zoomed in on the like almost like a brand name of the either the rifle or the scope, and I was wondering why they did that. So that's clearly why they did it. Yeah.
Yeah. For the fans.
Tom was using his classic rifle too. His old throwback rifle.
Do you guys think that this is Tom Berenger's last hurrah? Like this, does this feel like goodbye?
No.
Oh.
No, I think Tom Berenger had a lot left in the tank. I don't know about you.
I thought he was killed in this movie. I thought that was it for him.
You guys see that shot at the end, buddy? I jumped off the couch. Don't pretend like you didn't.
I mean, I kind of feel like they set the stage for like the new generation at the end, right? That last scene.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Guys, listen. I got to break the news. Chad Michael Collins joined the cast of the Sniper movies in 2011. That would make him 5 or 6 movies deep here.
So he's not a new generation.
No, man, there's no new generation here. They're just.
What about Lady Death? They're going to include Lady Death. Yeah.
Yeah, she's just another addition to the cast, buddy.
Another old time, another Billy Zane waiting to happen.
Yeah. All they got to do is villainize Billy Zane next movie. Bring it back.
Because that's the message.
Oh, surprise!
Billy Zane, man, he's in so many of these too. I can't believe he made this many comebacks to the franchise. I'm looking at these like I don't even know. The hard thing is there's so many bad Sniper movies out there that they're kind of blended in with these. I need like a proper like filmography of the franchise here, kind of like to see what the fuck's happening. Bokeem Woodbine, I know him. He makes a appearance in Sniper 2. Yeah. This is a shit show.
Yeah. I think it's a nice payday for these guys. Like, if you can get one of these franchises where, like, Tom Berenger, all he really did in this movie is kind of stand around, sit down, and kneel behind something for, you know, how in indeterminate points of time, and kind of talk like a really scarred old guy, which is probably what Tom Berenger sounds like normally.
Dude, Tom Berenger was old before we were born.
Yeah, he was he was very representative of Dad. Like that was Dad's age. But and yeah, now he is. He still is.
Yeah, he's just never going away. There's a really good bad guy, by the way, in the 2011 installment called Sniper Reloaded. Richard Samel. He's a Nazi that's very memorable in a few different movies. And, that looks fairly exciting, I don't know, man. I get excited about the idea of them being worse than this.
Yeah, I think we kind of fucked it up. I really think we should have started at the beginning rather than at the end, because I think after this it's just going to be, except for maybe the first movie, I think we're going to get slapped in the face quite a bit if we if we end up going down this road.
Oh yeah, this is a bookend. Number 1 and number 8 are probably the best we're gonna get, and everything in between is just gonna be a pile of shit. Without it.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should just go backwards. I mean, is that the path of least resistance if we're gonna do this?
What's go back to 7?
Yeah. Just sort of dial down the like step down the ladder, and just take our bumps, and until we get the sweet first installment.
I got this awful, dreadful feeling that the first Sniper movie's not very good. It's just, I really don't know. I mean, I remember it it's so memorable for some stupid reason. It's all about one kill.
I'm sure it's not timeless. I'll leave it at that. I'm sure it's going to show its age when we rewatch it. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're not going backwards because we'll never make it. That's a recipe for we might as well just say we're quitting, because
that's a recipe for falling down the stairs.
Yeah. We're just saying fuck it, let's talk about something else, which probably is still going to happen anyway.
Wow, the previous one has Billy Zane and Tom Berenger. Why does it excite me that the original cast comes back for any reason when the original cast is B movie actors to begin with?
I think that's the pleasure of this movie, and I think another reason that this movie works with the franchise, although it is a different beast from the franchise. These are not high budget movies. These are not this is not high art. It's just we want to. It's for people who like to watch sniping, with just Tom Clancy-esque storylines. It's really got a niche.
Yeah, I think this one more with that Tom Clancy storyline than the first one, and that's why I didn't see coming. I think that's why it made it much better than I thought it was going to be. Mm. It was kind of it was like playing a video game almost. It was like a Splinter Cell video game in some ways.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah. It's true. And you did get. I mean, I don't know. There were some cool snipes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love it when they're let's see that assassination again, and they replayed it in slow motion. That was just that was brutal.
Yeah, that's classy. I forgot about that. It's been a couple weeks since I've seen it.
I really like that they granted Lady Death immunity after she executed an entire SWAT team.
I thought she killed the. Oh, you're right, in the forest, right?
Yeah, she put those guys down, man. Those guys aren't coming back.
Well, immunity, right? She's just now she's a weapon for the government.
Did she really have that much to offer in terms of? She had no information at all.
Details. No, she connected them to the pharmaceutical magnate or whatever.
Zero had that in the bag.
Well, okay, that's true, but we didn't know that, and they didn't know that, because Zero's a loose cannon who doesn't report back to Central.
Look, Central should be fired. That guy's a terrible boss.
Yeah, he's just. I'm fearful that he shows up in earlier movies.
Oof.
But I guess.
There's one point earlier in the movie when he says like the Colonel sent me. They never like explore that at all. So I wonder who the Colonel is.
You see, those are questions you don't want to start asking.
Yeah.
They got a keen ear there, Morello. That's good.
I
You can go
like
down a rabbit
that.
hole with these movies, and it's like there's no point. Like,
If you're gonna go, you know what though? If you're gonna get into it, you may as well go deep in the lore. You know, just wade into it. Yeah.
yeah.
You become experts. Each of our conversations is just like after this, it's just going to be like a never-ending groan. We're just constantly complaining. These fucking movies, Jesus Christ.
No, I'm gonna start looking up these rifles.
Oh, we're going to become like those kind of guys now. This is turned into a lifestyle. All right.
Yeah, I want to know about these rifles.
All right. So I don't know. Do we have anything else to say about this thing?
I mean, no, not really. I have no complaints. Like it just like I was very
5 stars.
very happy with it. And
5 stars. 5 bullets.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it like that. How many bullets out of 5 would you give this baby, Morello?
given my expectation was 0, 5.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, really, $7. Break that down for an hour and a half. That's like, I don't know, what, like 9 cents a second? Or 9 cents a minute? I'd fork that over.
That's
like, it was good. Yeah.
High praise.
Yeah. I'm concerned that this is going to be the best movie of the franchise, and so like I'm giving it a preparatory 5 bullets out of 5.
I'm giving it 3. I think Sniper 2 is going to be excellent.
I'm disappointed.
I'm just writing this down. 3 out of 5. I don't want to forget. All right.
Sniper: The Ultimate Kill. Sorry, I'm just looking at these other ones. I just didn't realize these guys wanted to be so involved in this, like that they committed to this franchise for so long.
I don't think there's a franchise without them. One thing that I didn't mention.
I don't think that they probably don't get a lot of calls either, eh?
No, this is like, that's why I said it's practically a retirement home for these guys. It's like travel.
That's a funny way of putting it. Yeah.
For some people, like let's say you did Doctor Who or something like that, or Star Trek, you can always tour the convention circuit. But for some guys, you don't really have that, And but Tom Berenger and Chad Michael Collins and Billy Zane, they got a place where they can get a paycheck for the rest of their life.
Not much of a paycheck. Yeah.
Chad Michael Collins did like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Like he's involved in that video franchise now.
Right. And yeah, that just feeds into what I'm thinking about video games colonizing this thing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he was the pillar of mediocrity in the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. He was okay, so probably I'm going to include this back in the episode. When they're fighting, so there's suddenly, it's Chad Michael Collins, and he's just looking like a kind of he doesn't look like a weak guy, but he doesn't look like a strong guy. It's not like the comparison between him and Agent Zero. Like Agent Zero looks like a buff fucking dude who goes around beating people up. Chad Michael Collins he kind of looks just like a guy, but then when he fights, he's like a goddamn ninja. And there's that incongruity does, if you take someone to think about it.
Yeah, Chad Michael Collins looks like a UPS guy that's like a fitness enthusiast. Like he goes to CrossFit. Doesn't look dangerous at all.
No. And then like when he beats the shit out of those 2 police officers, I did watch that scene on YouTube prior to just to give myself that hit before we talked about this thing, so I could remember like what this show's like,
what the fight choreographing was like and stuff.
Yeah, and he's got the 2 cops pointing the guns at each other, and it's like they find a way though to make it his power, like he has magical gun powers. Like he may be able to fight, but the way he took care of those cops is he used his magical gun powers and he aimed.
Yeah, he did. And I mean, like, let's face it. I mean, they got choreographers and they've got their specialists and stuff, and they make disarming people look good and stuff. You know.
Mm.
You know what came up when I searched this baby on IMDb? By the way, guys, Silent Trigger,
That's a good title.
starring Dolph Lundgren.
Oh,
Jesus
you know.
Christ.
Okay, so I would like to propose something rather than slowly driving nails into our arms. Let's
Sample other sniper films.
yes, please. I think that like we'll go back to Sniper. We'll come back to Silent Trigger. You know, like there's got to be a million fucking sniper movies in the universe.
There's some really bad ones. Yeah,
American Sniper. We can watch American Sniper.
There's one with Steven Seagal too that looks really bad.
Of course there is. There's at least one, I'm sure. I'm not even looking at it.
Yeah, here, what do we got? Yeah, Silent Trigger comes up right away. American Sniper, good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, does Saving Private Ryan count?
Ooh, there's a good sniper part in that movie.
Yeah, I think okay. Well, maybe that's something we can do when we're like
Sniper
I can need a palate
Special
cleanser.
Sniper
recite some
Special
Bible
Ops.
verses and shit.
Oh yeah.
Enemy at the Gates.
Enemy of the Gates. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So,
A
so if
Sniper's
we're gonna,
War 2018. Whoa. That's a Ukraine import.
we're gonna end up watching documentaries. It's gonna get troublesome. All right.
Yeah, there's some real fucking. You can really lower the bar here too if you're gonna do this.
Oh yeah. Well, we would have to, right? I'm just sorry. I was just thinking about whatever came to mind. But what were you gonna say, Adam?
Oh, I think I should have mentioned it before, but one of the coolest scenes I thought in the movie was like the ambush scene with the two trucks that come up and they all
right,
those masks and the guy just busts out with the 50 caliber and just starts shooting. I mean, that was just like, it was so well done. And like with Lady Death in the mountains, and the guy was like, we don't need a second gunman conspiracy or something like that. And I was like, yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. When he's like, uncuff me, I can use my magical gun powers. And they're like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was, it's really good. Like, this is a good action movie. Like, I don't even know if it really needs the sniper bit. Like, it doesn't really need to be part of the sniper franchise to work.
No, not at all. Yeah. I agree.
But it
Yeah,
helps.
you guys nailed it there. I'm just looking the best sniper movies up. They're saying Enemy at the Gates, Saving Private Ryan, Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't count. That hardly counts.
Yeah, The Hurt
Just at
Locker.
the end. The Hurt Locker I've never watched The Hurt Locker, so, but I didn't.
It was more about like
Behind Enemy Lines. Expendables 2? Oh, dog.
I think your list has like some really dodgy criteria for judging what
Blood,
is a sniper
Shooter
movie.
and Sniper. Those are the top 8.
Okay. They just didn't want to end up naming Silent Trigger, so they cut some corners.
Yeah, Silent Trigger is going to be way better than all those.
Oh, Shooter, is that with fucking
Marky Mark?
Matt? Oh, it's Marky Mark. I saw Matt Damon for some reason. Okay. All right. Well, we let's take it a day at a time. We'll get through this. Get through the sniper movies in general.
Yeah, I agree. I think Adam sounded the most excited about Silent Trigger.
Huh.
He wants. Yeah.
That's your interpretation.
That's neat. That's neat that you thought that. So yeah. Okay. I think that'll be good. I'll mash that up. I'll cut out bits and move it all together.
Do some splicing. Yeah.
It shouldn't be so hard. I think I'll only need to cut like 5 minutes out of this thing total.
We can always switch gears too and glaze over the best franchises by just picking their like retirement movie. That'd be awful.
What do we call that though? Like, what is that project exactly?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, you could go to Universal Soldier and just grab the newest one. It'd be awful.
Friday the 13th. Yeah, I don't even know what.
You could do it.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. You could like Freddy versus Jason in space.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Let's be honest, this was the high watermark right here.
You could do like Fast and Furious 17 or whatever.
God damn it.
Yeah, there's no shortage.
That's not my best
candidates.
idea.
I don't think it's the worst idea you ever had. But yeah, there's
you definitely have. You definitely score some rants if you went that route. Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, forcing us to it was just the time that you would put into it, for like
if Adam has to pay for another terrible movie, to snap too.
I mean, like, I was being honest. Like $7, it was well worth it. If I could pay $7 and get a movie this good every time, I'd be happy. But I have a feeling your suggestions won't yield that sort of fruit again. So
no, it's not gonna.
Did you watch this with Jer?
Oh yeah, he dug right in.
What was his like?
Wow. He's like,
why didn't you tell us that?
I've never seen this before. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, I bet.
I recommend this to my parents. I was like, it was a fucking great, like, mindless action movie. Like, just rent it and enjoy it.
Oh, Dad watches way worse stuff than this daily.
Oh, yeah.
Old westerns with, like, Comanches and shit. I don't even know where he finds the stuff he watches.
Jesus Christ.
Also, that scene where, like, Tom was sitting in front of the fire telling the story about the Nom. He looked like a fucking hot dog roasting. He looks so old and greasy. It's just like, Jesus Christ.
Even his Wikipedia picture looks greasy. Like he just like I looked up, or maybe it was IMDb. Like the picture they have for Tom Berenger, he's sweating. His hair looks shitty. And yeah, skin of a hot dog. Not looking good.
I also love that he just like lives in the like middle of the woods in northern Montana, and he's got like a nice like haircut. It's all done. And I'm like, man, we've been on lockdown for like 8 months, and my hair looks like shit. There's no way your hair looks like that. There's no fucking way. You're not clean and cut.
Yeah.
Also, what was that saying that they said?
Oh, Aude. Oh, yeah, it's see dare. Okay, there's two possibilities. I think it's see dare be silent. And it's actually a Freemason motto.
Jesus.
But it fits with the sniper thing, 'cause especially in that moment, see, dare to do it, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Freemasons, interesting.
I was surprised. Yeah, it's. I didn't know what to make of it. I still don't. I haven't had time to look into it.
I thought it was also kind of cool that like Berenger was like, I never looked it up.
Yeah, and that is cool because like a lesser movie would have been like, and it means
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and then you were kind of left with that, and then it actually becomes a major point in the movie. Like you can kind of see it, they kind of telegraph it in that moment, but it's still really cool when he starts whispering it into the microphone as the guy's holding him hostage.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Berenger's appearance in this movie. When like the first time he's revealed, and he sneaks up on old Brandon,
just standing there.
Yeah, that's cool. That gives him like a fucking Batman mystique.
Totally,
he's silent. He'll fucking kill you.
Hey guys, have you seen this fucking terrible movie called Supervised?
No.
What have you been doing while we're talking? Okay, go on.
It's got like Tom Berenger. It's got all these really old aging actors, and they're like retired supervillains that in a retirement home in Ireland that get together for one last hurrah. It's like 4.
That sounds like
It's like 4
2020,
stars.
2019?
Yeah, it's brand new. Tom Berenger's the lead character. He plays like a Thor character, basically, who's like old and retired. He's using his Thor hammer in the trailer to play croquet.
This is going to be the
Jesus
major
Christ.
league. This is going to be the major league version of Avengers.
It looks so bad. Like, I'm not even sure what I'm witnessing here on IMDb.
I
So,
knew
okay.
you were on IMDb going on a rabbit hole.
Yeah. I gotta pull back here. That's that.
I don't know. We there's no way we could follow the career of Tom Berenger.
No. I don't want to do that. I'm just saying maybe you guys should check out the trailer for that on your own time.
Check her out. It's gonna feel like watching the trailer for Cocoon or something. It's just gonna be sad. Fuck.
It's always fun to get behind the guns and send some rounds down range.